Hello and welcome to our overview of our AP and dual enrollment courses at Minarets. This is an important tutorial overview because we're going to give you the basics, the ins and outs of what it takes to be successful in the dual enrollment AP and advanced courses, as well as which of those courses we offer, and some of the general information that you need to know in order to take those courses. So the vision behind these courses will start with our more advanced courses in science, our advanced courses, I should say, which would be physics and ag systems. And those are our top level science courses. Those courses are beyond chemistry, and those prepare students who are trying to go straight to four-year, particularly UC and private universities and CSUs. That gives you an advanced science experience that looks good on the resume. That is essential. So we have those courses. The nature of those courses, they are more rigorous than you would have experienced in chemistry, a little bit more of a step up and more of that college style format. For our AP classes, we have been offering AP since very, very early on at Minarets. AP courses are in place as college courses for high school students to take. However, the difference with dual enrollment and AP is with AP, the classes are based on at the end of the year, you will test, and if you score high enough on the test, you could receive college credit. We have over the years narrowed down our offerings in AP as we've added a lot of dual enrollment courses, but we have hung on to our core AP classes, and they've been successful in preparing our students and making them college ready. Those courses, there are mandatory study sessions, and each instructor has different dates that they do the study sessions on. There's lots of resources and materials that are required, and students are expected to meet a very high percentage workload from home as well as in the classroom. Lots of writing, lots of studying, lots of in-depth and wide breadth coverage of the topics that they take. Fast-paced classes and definitely challenging courses for our students. But there's a lot of support from our AP teachers, and they are here. They're trained in teaching those courses, and they're here to support you. For our dual enrollment courses, we now offer over a year of general ed dual enrollment credit, and what that means is if you follow the Minarets Go path, and that basically means that you could complete at least a year of your requirements for your freshman and sophomore years of college, no matter where you go. We've aligned these with what we call the IGETC basic pathway to complete the first 2 years before you get into your major, and we're very proud of that in partnership with Clovis Community. Many of these courses are taught by our teachers. Our teachers are approved as professors for the college. Our college that is our parent college for our general ed courses is Clovis Community. So the teachers that are on our campus that teach these dual enrollment courses have been vetted through the college, and they are college professors as well as high school teachers. And the phrase dual enrollment comes from the fact that you're receiving both high school credit and college credit simultaneously. Many of these courses, such as History 12 and Spanish, can meet the regular requirements of high school while also knocking out the college requirements. So you're going to see some of these courses like Theater Appreciation, History 12, Health 1, Spanish 1, courses like that are offered by our teachers as the professors. Another thing that you will get are online courses. And these online courses, our teachers facilitate them. The student gets a class period to take those courses, and our teacher's there for support, but it's driven by an online instructor, and it's done through an online platform. We do encourage students who are on this Minarets Go pathway to take a course in the summer, leading into their junior year as well as leading into their senior year, and that pushes them even further ahead. Our goal ultimately is to offer close to 2 years of credit, but again, these are college courses. These are very rigorous. The platform that they learn online as well as the resources is different. Our teachers will support you in that, and there won't be any confusion on that, but it will be a very fast-paced course. These are semester courses just like you'll have in college, and the level is a high level. So that's why for both AP and for dual enrollment, we like to phase students in. So we're planning on with Spanish starting with that sophomore year. Eventually, that's kind of our gateway into dual enrollment. And then junior year and then senior year, you take a little bit more and more. So that's our grand vision. And the big thing is getting our students college ready, getting ready to be prepared to be successful in college as well as their career and outside of school, but making sure that they have the tools to be successful. And if they do this, they will have an accelerated path. So financially, it helps out. Academically, it helps out. And career-wise, they're able to get in their career, earlier and maybe make some connections earlier. There's a lot of benefits to doing this, and we have a lot of support systems in place for our students to be successful in these programs. So the whole theme of this is getting to know your teachers that teach these dual enrollment and AP courses, as well as giving you the ins and outs of what that looks like and how you're going to be successful. So thanks for tuning in. We congratulate on your Minarets Go journey, pushing yourself to the next level, and going big, going pro, and going now. So go Mustangs, and have fun. Enjoy the information.
Mustangs, we're excited to share information with you about our Minarets Go program. I'll be starting with an overview and specifics on the dual enrollment classes that we're offering. And then we'll have videos from our AP teachers, from English, from math, from history, as well as from our Ag Systems Management class. We're hoping that this presentation will give you the information you need to decide on whether you're ready for the challenge next year of AP and dual enrollment. We're excited about this program, and we think it can give you the opportunity to get ahead, have a rigorous year, and get some college units now. I want to start with going over the Minarets Go roadmap. This is a map that we've developed to help give students a structure on items they want to focus on to build their resume for when they're applying to college and/or scholarships. So first is the completion of at least one career pathway. For most students, this comes naturally as they take advanced electives or take advanced academic courses. Next, having at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA, then having at least 40 hours of community service per year. For school-based activities, both Key Club and FFA provide built-in hours if you're involved in either of those organizations. At least 2 nominations for the Best of the Best awards. These are awards, cumulative awards at the end of the year. Serving in a leadership role in either a club, captain of a team, in an ASB office for at least 2 of the 4 years. Again, these leadership activities are something that both colleges and scholarships do ask about. And then being involved in professional growth experiences. So students have an experience either interning or volunteering or maybe working with a professional organization in their field of interest. This shows their commitment to their interest area or career pathways for down the road. And then finally, being awarded a Minarets exemplar at least once in their high school career. Again, these are given for students that stand out either for academics or for character, citizenship, like that. So the idea of this is students are really pushing themselves and opening up to countless possibilities. On the academic side, the college level coursework we're looking at really falls into 2 different areas. The dual enrollment, which primarily is in partnership with Clovis Community College, and then the AP program, which is a partnership with College Board. Students taking both of these options will get a GPA bump provided for those classes. Now, we know that that isn't necessarily the only reason to take those courses. First off, they really need to think about what capacity they have for doing that rigorous coursework, because with each of these classes, they're going to be more of a workload. You can expect work daily, nightly, through the weekend, and extra workload for the quarter. Many of the AP courses will have summer work that they will have to do ahead of time to be able to qualify to be in that course. So you're just really going in with the mindset that you're going to be doing rigorous coursework. So with that, you really want to make sure that you can seek balance in your life. If you're the type of student that is involved, say, in sports all year round, you're involved in a lot of clubs, you got to really juggle how much time do you have. Maybe you take 2 courses as opposed to 4 courses like that, so that you also are able to do your other extracurricular activities and not go too crazy in the process. Here's a map of the courses that we have set up so far. We're still in the process of building the pathway, but this is what we believe we'll be able to offer for next year. So starting now, as of next year, we will be offering the College Spanish 1 course for sophomores. This is following the high school Spanish 1. That's a prerequisite. So those students that took Spanish 1, who are honors students, took Spanish 1 freshman year, will be able to take that this year. And there will probably also be juniors as well signed up for this if they're in Spanish 1 this year. And then for junior year, you can see there's a TA's Theater Appreciation and then Child Development. Those two will be within the same period. So fall semester Child Development, spring semester Theater Appreciation. For their junior history class, if they choose this option, they'll be doing 2 courses, History 11 in the fall, History 12 in the spring. And then Health 1 is another option, very popular for students that are all interested in either the medical field or even the social service field. We also have an SAT prep course that we've built into the curriculum that Mrs. Ryder has done a wonderful job with. It really helps students get ready. And that's a semester-long course that will be partnered in the schedule with Health. And then for senior year, there is the Sociology 1A and Psychology 2. Those are both online courses as well. So that'll take up 1 period, fall semester sociology, spring semester psychology. And then English 1A is the college level English course. For many people, this may be the only English course you need to do, as many majors only require 1 course of English. And then the other would be Statistics 7, which the same, it may be the only math course you'll have to complete if you're not going into an engineering, math, science type of major. So it's a pretty rigorous course load for senior year, and so you really want to take that into account with, as a senior, am I going to be ready to stick that out all the way through? Because we all know how senioritis can kick in. And then at the bottom here, we've given a couple suggestions for the summer, both summer of sophomore year and then summer of junior year. So these are courses that you would add on to work on fulfilling this whole transfer pathway. Our goal is really to help students get as close as they can to meeting all their general education requirements so that when they move on to community college or 4-year college, they have most of that done already. And as you can see, with everything we have completed as of now, they're going to be getting over a semester's worth of college credits if they follow this whole pathway. And we're hoping to build in another class or 2 as we complete the pathway. So we just did a little math of what that would look like in terms of savings. At the UC level, you can see a full year of tuition is over $14,000. And at the CSU level, like for example, Fresno State, that's going to be over $6,500. So taking these courses now obviously is going to be a big financial savings for a student. And it also helps them really maximize their time in high school and take care of some of those requirements that they're going to have to do in college. So our next goal down the road is to help them complete those full 2 years of general education and transfer requirements so that they could finish high school and also have an associate's degree completed and be able to go straight on to a 4-year college and do those last 2 years if that's their next career goal. So now we're going to jump into the AP section of this. Here's a listing of the courses that we offer for next year. AP Language is the 11th grade English. AP Literature is the 12th grade English. AP US History, 11th grade course. AP Gov and Econ would be the 12th grade social science requirement. And then AP Calculus AB, that is the next step after completing the Math 3 course. AP Studio Art for those students that have completed Advanced Art. And then the Advanced Ag Systems Management course, which is not an AP course, but it is an honors level course that also receives a GPA bump and would count for the third year of lab science. So why take AP courses? You really are setting yourself up for excellence. You're taking a challenge because it is going to be a more difficult course. Maybe you have a sincere love for the subject. You know you love history. You know you love math. And so you feel like you're ready to take on that rigor. It definitely is an enhancement of your portfolio. It's showing to colleges that you're taking rigorous coursework, that you're ready for the academic challenge. And then, of course, if you pass the AP test at the end, you will also receive college credit at most colleges. So that's also a great benefit. And then, as I mentioned before, there is a GPA bump. But again, that is not the reason to take an AP course because there is a lot of work involved. So next, we're going to be showing you videos from our different AP teachers so that you can get specific details on their courses.
Hey there Mustangs, how's it going? It's Mr. Rubio here. Today we're going to talk about our Ag Systems class and pretty much what it is and how we can break it down for you guys. What the Ag Systems Management class is, it's kind of going to be a combination of all of your science. So think of this as a science class with a very heavy approach on agriculture. Pretty much you're going to take everything that you've learned up to now, everything that you've learned in Earth, everything you've learned in bio, everything you've learned in chemistry. You're going to get all three of those. You're going to be able to squish them all together and you're going to be able to apply it to an agriculture issue and be able to do a lot of research and kind of experiments and see why are things happening a certain way? What can we do to solve the problem? Maybe what solution can we offer for it? What this class has a very, very, very big focus on is making sure that we don't just stick to the classroom, right? We want to take what we have learned and be able to apply it to real world situations. For example, maybe you notice that out on your farm, you notice that you're having a really, really big issue with your animals not eating. Okay, we can definitely dive into the nutritional value of the feed. We can break down the chemistry of it and see what should we be doing in order to better facilitate your animal. The reason why I love teaching this class, it kind of breaks down everything. In this class, we talk about animal systems, plant systems, natural resources, food systems, and agri-science project. Like for example, if we break that down even further, in the animal systems, we get to look at anatomy, we get to learn how to give injections, we actually get to look at poop, and we actually get to dig in the poop, and we get to see what nutritional value does our feed have to that. We get to test for fungus, okay? For our plant section, we definitely get to look at plants. You get to learn about them. There was a section where I made my students sell me a product. Did you guys know that you can label almost anything gluten-free? So the students had to get me they got me a water bottle. And they're like, I am selling you this water bottle that it is gluten-free, sugar-free, trans fat-free, free, right? But as an educated consumer, you know that's not always the case. Broccoli, of course, is always gluten-free. There's no gluten in it. Overall, if you're looking for a really fun class that's full of discussions, full of presentations, full of actually being able to go out to the farm and do stuff, being able to take your research, being able to guide the learning. I'm the kind of teacher where if you want to learn something, let me know and I'll incorporate it into the lesson. If you want to take your learning to the next step and be able to try and solve real world issues, let me know. Come on in. And I hope you guys sign up for Ag Systems Management. It's a really, really cool course. It's definitely something that you will enjoy. Come ready to learn. Come ready to be challenged. Come ready to take your learning to the next level. Go Mustangs.
Welcome to your intro to AP Language and Composition. My name is Mr. Vaughan, and I teach these following courses: English 10 Honors, English 11, as well as AP Language for juniors and AP Literature and Composition for seniors. I received my English teaching credential from Fresno State while minoring in creative writing and graduating magna cum laude. This is my 6th year at Minarets, and I am the department chair for the English program. Some benefits to taking this course, other than what you see here, there's a grade bump available. If you get a B in an AP course, it counts as a 4-point B, like an A would normally count, and an A in an AP course counts as a 5-point A, so you have a chance to boost your GPA beyond 4.0. You also have a chance to earn some college credits, English college credits, if you pass the AP exam. Here are some of the things we do in AP language. We read and write a lot. We write a lot of research papers as well as response to literature. We take tests that prep you for the AP exam, which occurs towards the end of the school year. We use also various programs to supplement your learning, such as News ELA. The ultimate goal, though, is for you to be able to understand all sorts of texts, interpret them, and tell us why the authors are saying what they're saying and how they're accomplishing their meaning. This brings us to the idea of rhetoric or rhetorical strategies. These are what I just mentioned, techniques that authors use to get their point across to you. So in AP, we're going to learn how to analyze what authors write, what they're trying to get across, and how they're getting their point across. Here's some of the instructional strategies I like to use. Use a variety to meet all student learning styles. So it's not the same thing day after day. There's a lot of different things we do, and a lot of ways, different ways for you to prove your content knowledge as well. The workload in AP is a little higher than a traditional English class. You can expect to do 3 to 6 hours of home reading per week, whether that be shorter stories or articles or longer novels. You can also expect to have some homework as well if you don't finish in the allotted time during class. The main difference between these two is definitely the workload. We use PowerSchool to get content across to students as well as communicate and grade work. There is a summer assignment that I've released to the current English 10 honors students. There's a required summer assignment that all students need to complete in order to get into AP language. So if you need that, I'll share my email at the end of this and I can send that to you, but if your student is in Honors 10 English, they should already have access to that and they can be chipping away at that. The reason for this is to show the students the expectations of the class as well as get them used to the workload. I use a traditional grading policy, Minarets high school grading policy. The only difference here is the grade bump. So a B once again counts as 4 points and an A counts as 5. Much of the class is geared toward getting the students ready for the AP exam. And here's some information about the AP exam. It's basically 2 sections. One is a multiple choice, 52 to 55 questions that the students get an hour on, and that counts for 45% of the exam. The other section is a free response where they have to write 3 essays in 2 hours and 15 minutes. There's a synthesis essay where the students are provided with articles and information, and they have to create an argument using that information that was given as evidence. There's a rhetorical analysis essay where the students have to analyze the author's purpose of an excerpt or a shorter work. And then there's an argumentative essay where the students are given a broader topic and asked to base an argument off that. AP teachers offer test prep when we get closer to the AP exam. And I will also provide students with various resources for test prep as well. And these are some of the things we use: Schmoove, NewsELA, iReady, College Board, as well as AP Central will all allow your student to pass the AP exam. Let me show you the email one more time. Best way to reach me is through email, mvaughan@mychawanakee.org. If you have any questions or need any additional information, or if your student has not received that summer assignment, please feel free to contact me and I will respond promptly. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to AP and Dual Enrollment Social Studies. If you're watching this video, you're interested in learning and doing more with your social studies and gaining college credit in the process. We have 4 classes for you. If you're going to be a sophomore, we have a 2-year program called Multimedia American History, otherwise known as Dammit 1, and AP US History for your junior year. Whoa! Dammit is not a curse word. It's the driving force behind our advanced social studies classes. First off, it stands for Diverse American Multimedia Introduction to History. And it means that you're sure of your answer. So sure your answer would have an exclamation point at the end of it, as opposed to ending your answer with a question mark. For example, the Declaration of Independence says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, damn it, versus the Declaration of Independence says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, question mark? We want you to join us and learn U.S. history, government, economics in a way that will change the way you look at the United States, its history, and its government and economy. For juniors, we have a 1-semester dual enrollment class that will cover half of your college U.S. history requirements. For seniors, we have an AP Economics and Government, otherwise known as APEG. Whoa, before you sign up, you need to know you will be expected to work hard and be great, as you'll be held to a high standard. You can expect about 3 hours of homework per week, which is reading and analyzing what you read. You will be expected to write every day, and you will be expected to come up with your own answers, as there is no single correct answer. Damn it. The experience will transform you and your ability to read and write and express yourself while you learn about U.S. history, government, and economics. At the end of this odyssey, you will know more than 99.9% of Americans about their country. Damn it. Don't take my word for it. Here are the testimonials of 3 very different but very good students. Thank you.
You can really focus on the details and understand it more, and everything just clicks better when it's separated.
And I just want to let you guys know that APUSH is an amazing class, but when you sign up, you are probably going to hate the whole first quarter because it's extremely hard and difficult, and it takes a lot of getting used to, but in the end, it's going to be worth it because it's a great education, and it's getting you for the next steps, which is going to be college.
Welcome. I am Ryan Hansen. I am the teacher for AP Calculus, and we'll be teaching AP Calculus next semester. So if you are considering taking this course, I highly suggest it. If you have an interest or a passion for mathematics and you want to do your 4th year or perhaps a 3rd year for you, if you are on that path, I highly suggest that you take this course. I'm going to just go over what the course kind of entails, things that will be helpful for you, and what is expected for the course. So let's just get right into it. These are the topics that we cover: limits, derivatives, application of the derivative, integrals. We talk about surface area and volumes, and then we end the year with differential equations. And just like any topic, you might be looking at that that is very foreign to you, but when you're in the class, I will teach you about the topic and you're going to learn about it, and it will not be difficult once you learn it. This is what is expected throughout the year. We'll have classwork, so notes or whatever activity we do for that day. Those have to be turned in either at the end of the day or by the end of the week. We will have homework every single night that has to be turned in on time. And if you turn it in on time for that whole unit, you'll get a curve on the test. If you are ever late on an assignment, you will not receive the curve. Quizzes, those will happen every 2 weeks, and usually a unit exam happens every 3 to 4 weeks based on the pacing. Here's a textbook that we follow, and we do have the textbooks in the media lounge for you to check out. There is no online version for the textbook, but there's plenty of online help that follows the same pacing and the topics in order that I'm about to show you here shortly. You will need a graphing calculator. I highly suggest the TI Inspire with the CAS. It's just the computer algebra system built into it, and make some of the calculations that we do in class a little more straightforward, so you don't have to do some roundabout calculations to get to your solution. You can get these new on Amazon or any store, Best Buy, Target, Walmart. You can also look to buy them used on eBay, because sometimes students only need them for 1 semester or 1 year. So college students are taking calculus courses. They might buy the calculator just for the semester, and then they just want to turn around and sell it. So usually you can get a pretty good deal on eBay on a used TI Inspire. So I highly suggest you look into that. And these are permitted on SATs and AP exams. So if you plan on taking SATs and you need a graphing calculator, you can use this as well. So the help that exists out there, besides whatever you get in my class or whatever I can offer you during school hours, there's 2 really powerful websites for AP Calculus. One's called Paul's Notes. I'm assuming the guy whose name was Paul, but he put together a whole calculus. When they talk about Calculus 1, they're talking about Calculus AB. That's first semester calculus in college. Then there's Calculus BC. That's second semester. That would be called Calculus 2. That would just be a second semester of calculus. So they go over, same topics, limits, derivatives, application of the derivatives, and then goes into integrals, and then it gets into differential equations. But all of these, he has definitions, worked out examples, and you can do additional examples up here. There's practice problems that you can do for whatever topic you click on, and then he also has the solutions for the practice problems as well, so you can see if you're doing it right or wrong. So very great place, great resource for the class. Also, if you like tutorial or practice videos, if you go to Patrick JMT tutorial or patrickjmt.com, he has, besides algebra, if you scroll down, there's all his algebra videos. Then you go into calculus videos, and he has all the topics that we would, more than what we would ever cover in calculus. And when we're on a topic, you could just look up, if we're talking about the mean value theorem, click on the mean value theorem, and he can have an example or 2 worked out in that video. So anything that we cover in class, he has a tutorial video, and there's other teachers and other companies that have put calculus tutorial videos. So if you don't like Patrick JMT's, you don't have to watch them. They're free, so why not? And I just like how he talks in his videos. He's just to the point, no crazy music or graphics or anything like that. Just working out examples on paper with a pen or pencil. Okay, let me get back to my slideshow here. Nope. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. And then we also just constantly practice free response questions and multiple choice questions, just so that you are prepared for the exam when that does occur in May. And it's not foreign to you. You're like, okay, I've seen that. So every AP exam, every AP exam free response question that has ever been released is on this website, and we do these many times throughout the year, so you get just used to answering a free response question. And so when you have these exams, there's two parts to it. There's a multiple choice section, 50 multiple choice questions. Then you have 5 free response questions. So you'll take your 50 multiple choice questions. I think you have like an hour and a half. Then you'll get like a 10-15 minute break, and then you do your free response questions. And you have about another hour and a half for those questions. And if you pass those, pass the exam, you get the college credit for it. I highly advise that you look up whatever college you plan on going to see what score you would have to get on that test for it to count for credit. So, for instance, if you went to Fresno State, we'll bring that up here. Fresno State AP credit, and you can do this for any university. You can just type in the university and say AP credit, and you can just look up in. Oh, I probably should have done advanced placement. So do advanced placement, and it looks like down here. So AP exam, if I go down here on Calculus AB, which is a 4-unit course, it should give us what score we have to get. Oh, here we go. Let's look at this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I think it said it right there. Go right back here. AP exams right here. AP exams pass with a score of 3, 4, or 5 are granted 3 to 6 semester units of credit at Fresno State. So some universities will no longer accept 3s. A 3 on the exam is about a 55, 65%. So it's like getting an F or a D, a very high F or a D on the exam. You will get a 3 or a 4. A 3. Anything above that, you're going to get 4s, and I think about 80% is a 5. You don't have to get 100% to get a 5, and you don't have to, if you're getting a little bit better than half on the exam, you're definitely going to get a 3. So they're very lenient when it comes to get on the scoring. So it's not, you don't have to do crazy good to get a passing grade and to get those credits. So that would be your 4 units of math done. And please look at that, because I know if you look at Stanford, they only accept a score of 5. So your Ivy League universities may only accept scores of 5. But please look at that. Is it worth you doing? Is it going to count for anything? And that goes for any AP class. If you're going to take any AP class at Minarets, make sure it's going to count for something wherever you plan on going to school, so that you get out of it whatever you are expected. Okay, that's my video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at rhansen@mychwanakee.org. Any parents out there or students that are wanting to take this, I know we're not in school right now, so you can't ask us a lot of questions, but you can reach out by email or my cell phone. I guess I gotta put that on there. But just email me and I'll send you my cell phone. All right, thanks guys, and looking forward to seeing those AP students next year. Stay healthy, wash hands, and take care.
And that's all for our presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I made it really easy, v@mychwanakee.org. I've also set up Zoom office hours every Tuesday, Thursday from 1 to 3. So my personal meeting ID is here. So you can put that in, and then if I'm available, we can meet then. But feel free to email me and we can schedule a time as well. Hope this has been helpful to help you decide on which of these courses you'll be taking next year.